Alright folks, we are going to be hitting up a bit of this modern Pro Tool Gauntlet. Should be a fairly interesting experience. For those who haven't heard about this, the general idea is that we get ourselves a modern deck, randomly assigned from the modern Pro Tool that's just happened, and we get to play that out. So I'm going to get a bit of a look at whatever that deck is, and then I get to have a bit of a Swiss round against some people, see how we go. Only got the 4 people in, so let's see how we... Hopefully we will get a full queue in no time. Haven't played any of these yet, so let's have a bit of a look at what's actually going on. Have a look at the prize structure and how this sort of works. So, the available decks you can see here, we've got everything all the way down from Jeskai, Blue Moon, Infect at this sort of end. There's a couple of different Eldrazi decks. Blue-red, colourless, and blue-black. Archangel Court. A good nice little sort of comboed Abzan type deck with Abzan Company. Looks like got a green-red Valakut, which I assume is Scapeshift. And a Through the Breach. I don't personally play any of these decks in Modern. I have played against several of them, I get the general idea. So it's going to be a bit of fun for me figuring out what the heck is going on. Hopefully you guys can help me out with that. But yeah, the idea is we try and get a 2-1 at the least. If we get a 2-1, we get 60 play points, which means I get to play again. So I can effectively go infinite as long as I can get 2 wins per round. Let's have a little bit of a look. Of these decks, the one I probably know the least is this Archangel Chord, or at least the idea. I think I understand the point of it. Viscera, that sort of stuff. Spike Feeder. So between Spike Feeder and Archangel, that's an infinite life gain combo. And most decks can't really beat you if you gain infinite life. Chord down here to help you find whichever piece you're missing. Alright, we are in. And we have Infect. So I hope Jim's coming in to watch, because we could have a lot of fun here. Let's get a bit of an idea. I don't think I'm going to be changing anything out of the gates. Having a bit of a look, how many decks already have Spell Skite, I think is something I want to know. So there are 9 instances of spells. It's possible I just want to put Twisted Image in the main. We've got 2 already. There's a lot of Spell Skites in this setup. Sorry, just getting a bit of a post going, trying to get some people to help me out. A couple of Infect players I know. I don't think there's anything that needs to come in. All I know is get some dudes down and hit them hard. So I have a minute to sort of check out the deck. Let's... mana cost maybe? Doesn't tell me a lot, does it? Can't sort by type. I would like to see that a little bit, but the general idea is I've got Blighted Agents, Glistener Elf, there's some Infects, Ink Moth Nexus, also main. So these are all my guys that do the Infect damage, and then I just have to pump up everything else. Got a Viridian Corruptor in the main, destroying an artifact, which is an interesting one. I'm wondering if there's a good change that should be made there. So basically everything down here, got a couple of spell pierces. Don't know if they'll be particularly useful. Like the Dismembers, it's possible I want to bring in Dismember. We'll see how we go. Alright, well, that's it for prep time. Let's get into match 1. Alright, lost the die roll, never a good thing in a fast aggro deck. Okay. So I have a Blighted Agent, 2 Noble Hierarchs, very good, couple of these pump spells. I think this is a keep. I think Blighted Agent's one of the strongest cards in Infect. And the fact that I can get that down on turn 2 is going to be huge, even if I don't draw a land. Raging Ravine. I don't know what deck runs Raging Ravine. So, let's do this. Alright. Interesting little collection of cards. We're going to have a quick snip of that. So just hold that off to the side. So we've got a Bob and a Goyf. So he's going for Goyf next turn. Now it's entirely possible with the land to end the game in the next couple of turns. He hasn't got any removal. So Bob comes down. And Black Cleave clicks. So he's got 3 lands in Goyf, plus 1 unknown. Alright, we got the Misty. Get that down. So, tap for blue, green, Blighted Agent. And I think I just want to Rancor up and go in for the kill. This next turn, just grab our forest here. Rancor Blighted Agent while he's tapped out. So unless he has a removal spell in the next couple of turns, he's going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. He's dead next turn, by my estimations here. So Liliana doesn't get it done. So I sack the Hierarch. And he can hope that I make a mistake, but at this stage it's 3, 4 and 4 here, 8, so that's 11 Infect unblockable. He's had plenty of turns to draw something though. Okay, he's going to hope that I screw up. Telling me to sack a creature, I will sack my Hierarch. I assume he attacks and again hopes that I block. main phase gets +4, so 2 very big giant growths. There will be no blocking. And yeah, that's that's game 1. Mitre Bolt Cruiser, target blighted agent, getting green. I mean, he needs Slaughter Pact here. Mitre Bolt Cruiser, targeting blighted agent, getting green. And he is out. That is attacking Altered Oak. There we go, alright. So Jund, we're playing the Jund deck. I don't know what the Jund deck has in it, so I'd like to find out. Let's have a bit of a look here, use our sideboarding time. So we'll scroll to the top and figure it out. So, Reed Duke's Jund seems like the list that we're playing against. Liana's Dark Confidence, all that sort of stuff. He has plenty of removal, so the Spell Pierce is probably going to be worth running. Everything down to Disfigure can come in. So there's a lot going on here that can cause a lot of problems for this deck. So we've got to be fast. So there's a good chance that I want Dispels and Spell Pierces. Things that aren't great here, Viridian Corruptor I don't think is worth running. I don't think I need to dismember anything. Cut that. And having a look at his list, there's nothing I'm going to want to flip with a Twisted Image, so I can cut the Twisted Images. So I think I bring in the Counter Magic, and this is where I wish I knew more about the deck, and we'll keep the Dismember. Yeah. Possibly Wild Defiance? And he has Colligan's Command Lightning Bolt. He did have a Slaughter Pact in the deck. Didn't draw it obviously, but had one. Seal of Fire, and he can bring in Disfigure as well. So it's possible that something here should be the Wild Defiance. Just because it turns off some of his kill spells, like the Lightning Bolts, the Colligan's Commands. Is there enough to make that worthwhile? And what's it better than are the questions need answering. It's probably not better than Dispel or Spell Pierce, because it does the same general job. I'm going to run it like this and hope that's correct. So, unfortunately, haven't got anyone to tell me what to do yet. Okay, so this is an interesting hand. The fact that I don't have any coloured mana could be a problem, and this deck doesn't run a lot of coloured sources. Now I can just jam Ink Moth, protect it with Apostle's Blessings, but I just don't think this is worth it. Like, these green and blue cards are almost dead until I draw something. So I think I mulligan there. This one's not bad. He's got Glycerol to try and stop my opponent from killing me early, and Dispel, sort of protect. So we're going to keep that one. And Probe can just go on the bottom, because basically all Probers does is draw the next card. Alright, what have we got? Thoughtseize, Inquisition. Okay, so that's going to be difficult. Blighted Agent goes away. Let's go Forest, Elf. he's going to have infinite kill spells, so I just have to work through them. Seal of Fire, yep. Just taking it out straight away. Does have the second land. Alright. Now Liliana would be a problem, but I don't think that's a big deal. I think I just want to go Inkmoth Nexus and ship it back so I have something to attack with. I mean, he knows I have the Dispel, so if he wants to get Lily down, he's going to want to do it. Oh, it's Dispel isn't Spell Pierce, never mind. Man, this is difficult. Don't know the deck, but it's fun. Corsa, that could be annoying. And Scavenging Urges on the top. So he's got some threats. He's going to start doing some damage. Gonna get Misty. Turn this into a creature. Just get in for one. He's got the Slaughter Pact. I'll be a bit frustrated, but so be it. Need to try and get up enough mana for Become Immense as soon as possible. My opponent is going to make my life real difficult with Scavenging Ooze. He starts eating away at my graveyard. That. Alright. So it's one to activate. I think I can get Become Immense in here while he's tapped low. So I sack this. I think while he hasn't got the ability to activate Scavenging Ooze, using Become Immense is the correct line. Discard Forest. Because I have 4 in the bin, and I'll still have 2 left over. So let's animate this. Hang on. Attack. Let's declare attack is. Obviously he doesn't block. Fingers crossed for the resolution of this spell. So be it. Possible I needed to have Dispel up for that. That was possibly too early. I don't know. Said I was worried about that Scavenging Ooze. Alright, so we're going to take a bit of damage here. Really need to try and get on the board and get some damage through fast. Okay. Just got the decay. Thought seize. Alright, so good to know down in the chat. Let me know in the comments whether or not you think that Become Immense was a little hasty. Should I have played around the Lightning Bolt in that position? Do you think that was the right call? Alright, so this is looking like a bit of a rout. I'm fairly sure there's no combination of draws that can get me out of this, but I would like to see a bit more in this deck. I like Jund decks personally. I think they've got a lot going for them. Yeah, and Catacombs is not going to do it. So, alright. So again, looking at the sideboard here, didn't see anything to tell me much. Again, I have to consider Wild Defiance. It would help turn off some of those burn spells. It just straight counters Bolt and Bolt and Colligan's commands. That being 5 of the cards, plus Seal of Fire 6. So I'm bringing it in for 6 different cards. As well as the possible Disfigure 7. Yeah, okay, seems worthwhile. What to cut? Vines is obviously excellent. Maybe one of the Spell Pierces. Take out the Spell Pierce for a Wild Defiance. Alright, let's run it back and see what we can do. So obviously we'll be playing first with this deck. Okay, no Infectors, which is a problem. I do have some incredible pump spells and lands. Turn 1 Noble Hierarch, I don't know. Do you keep a hand without Infect in your Infect deck? That seems ridiculous. But if I draw one at any point, which you have to hope that you will in the Infect deck, I've got 8, 12 Infect creatures, Infect things, which lead to a very quick victory. I think I have to keep for the fact that this deck is so fast, this hand is so fast, if I draw an Infect creature. I mean, I even get to protect Noble from a Bolt. With Mutagenic Growth, if... oh, not quite. We get Noble Hierarch down. And to be honest, I can attack for a lot of damage. If he bolts the Hierarch, then he's not bolting anything else. It seems okay to me. Thinking Inquisition here. Thoughtseize, sure, you can get a look there. He can't steal my Infect creature, because obviously it's on the top of my library. There she is. Excellent. It's just what we needed. Blue, colourless, blighted agent. Alright. just the way we drew it up. So the problem will be if my opponent now has an abrupt decay, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Thoughtseize. Yep. Yeah, we're going to take yet another one. What I can really do there and take my might to hold the person. If he goes in for the bolt here, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. Just got it all. Just got everything. That said, he's down to 11, and killing with Noble Hierarch is not unheard of. So... and it only takes a Become Immense. Suddenly you're swinging in for a lot of damage. He's committed a lot of resources to preventing me from dealing much damage to him. Obviously the worst thing here would be Liliana. Just take out the Noble Hierarch, really make my life difficult. But anything else, Bob, Tarmogoyf, these are all things we can deal with. Scavenging Ooze is something we can deal with. And probably will. Wants to eat the Blighted Agent, no problem. Right, I'm just going to go in, I think, here. We're going to take out the Ooze, A1, and just get him gone. As I said, at this point, like, Become Immense, Mutagenic Growth, that's 8, 9 from Noble Hierarch puts him to 2. He's getting real close to dead. Just from regular damage. Might of Old Cruiser. So that's 6, 7. I can currently swing for 7. It's very interesting. For now, I think I just go in for 1. Very close to ending the game. It looks like my opponent has expended a lot of resources. Target you, just paying 2 life, not under a lot of pressure here. Seal of Fire and a Colligan's Command. Very good. Okay. Let's just keep going. I can kill my opponent with enough. Not sure what just fell over there, but right. So I can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can get in for 9 this turn. Putting my opponent to 1 and forcing them to have something. Or just attack and see how we go. Probably just send it in. My opponent willing to take the damage. Now the question of if he goes for the call against command here is an interesting one. Didn't go for Colligan's command, which I find certainly an interesting line. Okay. This could be insane, to be honest, but... Am I willing to empty my hand for my Noble Hierarch? I know he'll be empty-handed, and I'll have 2 pump spells in hand. I'll have 1 pump spell in hand because Colligan's command will resolve anyway. So it's a question of, do I want to protect Noble Hierarch and hope that I draw more pump spells and deal damage? Or do I want to keep a pump spell and try and switch back to Infect? I think I'm more likely to draw more pump spells than more Infect creatures at this point. I think I'm willing to empty my hand here. And I have no idea if this is the right idea or not. But there it is. We're going to both go to top deck mode and see who's got the better top decks. +6, so I can only hit for 7. So this turn, just let that go, pass it back, see what he's got on top. But he has got the Raging Ravine here that can attempt to block as a 3/3. Just see. Activates the Raging Ravine and gets in. That's a brave move. That is a very brave move, given that he could die to any combination of pump spells. There's so many ways that I can kill him here. Might have Ultrosa +2. I've already got 1 in hand. Honestly, I think that's an insane attack. He needs Slaughter Pact. There it is, he has Slaughter Pact. Okay. Got there. Well, I guess it's not as insane when you do have the Slaughter Pact, but... the fact that I could have had Dispels or Spell Pierces to stop that, I just can't believe you would go for that attack, given how many ways that can go wrong. And playing Bob. Alright, let's play Elf. Inquisition, so he gets 1 down to 6. The fact he's now gained a bit of life by killing the Noble Hierarch is slightly frustrating. Need to keep myself above bolt range. But I can take the 2 here, see what comes up. Right. Alright. So let's work this through. If I do nothing, he animates Raging Ravine, attacks, kills me. If I want to kill him, I have to play Might of Volcrosa first in main phase. And he knows that I have become immense. So he should then block and then animate Raging Ravine next turn and kill me. I don't believe there's any way for me to win as long as my opponent plays properly. So I have to ask myself a question. Do I attempt to block or attempt to attack? Is he more likely to forget to animate Raging Ravine on the attack, or is he more likely to not block? I think my best chance of winning is him forgetting to animate over the not blocking, because there's no risk to him not... There's a huge risk if he doesn't block. This doesn't give trample or anything. Okay. So I just want to encourage him to cast a spell instead of attacking all out. So I want him to be afraid. I want him to flip a 4. Verdant Catacombs. He's casting a spell. Oh, he's activating the ravine. He's not stupid. Yep. That was worth a go. Alright. Well, first game loss with our Infect deck. Somehow Infect was one of the last matches to finish. So we're going straight into another one. I'm going to drop the stream, cut the video, and then we'll be back up in just a minute.